Here we are. Week 3 of Villainous walkthroughs. I've been enjoying this. I hope all the viewers are enjoying it as well. But let's get right into it. Today we are doing Prince John. He has a fairly simple objective, which is just collecting 20 power and starting your turn with it. But there is a lot more than just collecting power and calling it a day. So we'll start with the locations. First, we have Sherwood Forest. Then we have Friar Tuck's Church. Then we have Nottingham. And finally, the jail. Now, there's a lot that goes on in this board. But at the same time, it can be a very slow burn. Because you kind of want your opponent to fate you. So if we were to be playing around, collecting our power, going back and forward from 3 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 2, you would eventually win. But chances are good you're going to get fated. So, number one thing to watch out for would be Maid Marian, because she'll bring Robin Hood to your location. Now, when a hero comes into play, if you have a warrant in play, you can gain a power from it. But when Robin Hood comes into play, he lowers the amount of power that Prince John gets from anything by 1. That will slow everything down heavily. Then you've got Little John, who, when he comes into play, steals 4 of your power, and you don't get it back until you defeat him. Then, of course, we have King Richard, who will stop you from being able to use actions. And just a simple steal from the rich, which could allow Little John to be carrying 8 of your power. Now, that would be silly to actually do, because if you have 8 power on one character, let him sit there. Let him, do absolutely nothing until you can take him out. But on your side of the board, you can lower the cost of everything, making it cheaper with King Richard's crown. So I would normally put that here in the jail, just because I can keep gathering 3, Robin Hood's in play, 2. And then keep your eyes open for Sheriff of Nottingham. He's a fun little character because he can gain you 1 power just by moving around before Prince John moves every turn. So when he's playing over here, and when it's your turn, let's just pretend that Robin Hood's not here. You move Nottingham over, and you gain a power, just because there's a hero at this location. Then I go over here, I collect my 3, I do what I need to do, and then on the next turn, I move him over there. There's another 1. So it could be great. He's not exactly the strongest person, but because he can move around, he can be very helpful. Especially if he has a bow and arrow on him. With the bow and arrow, you can vanquish a hero and not have the ally taken out. Instead, the arrow goes away. And if you also have the golden arrow, whenever you take out a hero, you gain 2 lore. 2 power. Lore, in Lorcana, which is a much bigger game for me right now. And with all that, if you take out King Richard, which you probably want to do, you'll be able to use effects, such as gain 1 power for every hero in play. So, sure, Robin Hood's there, so I would only get 2. But if there's more heroes, that's a, pricey card. But, of course, there's always, more steal from the rich, which I apparently put all on top of here. And you got Friar Tuck, who cannot be played to the jail cell. And you can give the heroes or the way to stay safe with the disguise. And I can get rid of the disguise just by paying 2 power, which, goes against everything about this character. Now, if you're going up against, let's say, Queen of Hearts, she requires a lot of allies in play. You can play an ally for free, saving you a lot of power. Or if you're playing against somebody else who really likes power, you can, always use greed to gain extra power. But all of that doesn't seem to matter as long as Robin Hood is in play. So get rid of Robin Hood and continue gaining your power. It is a fairly easy board, but can quickly get out of hand. But if you didn't get faded, it's just a lot of jumping back and forward to gain power, because you have no cards in your deck that allow heroes to be played. It's kind of a downfall in this, so if you're up against, let's say, Maleficent's going to not fate you and quickly take the win. So you're going to have to jump around and make sure that you're fading and trying to make sure you have enough power to continue being a threat. Other than that, though, it is a very fun board to play. I got to play a couple games with my wife last night just to get a refresher. And next week, it's down to what? This is week 3, so it could be Jafar, it could be Ursula, or Queen of Hearts. I might do the Queen of Hearts just because I watched my wife play the Queen of Hearts. She's a big Alice in Wonderland fan. And that's always been a fun little board. So anyways, if you enjoyed the information for Prince John here, please leave likes, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys later on with Lorcana.